Mastery books. My subjective rankings, why I like these books or not. I'm your focus coach. Mastery book is kind of a subset of the non-fiction productivity genre. These books are about the acquisition of a skill and competency, right? Competency is the ultimate human endeavor. Being highly skilled is valued, it's also highly attractive. Mastering something, it teaches you the craft, but also how to learn. And most important, mastery is pleasurable for its own sake. But what you need is a little push and a guide to learn how expertise is acquired. So let's have a look at these books. Okay, so first up I have the OG, Mastery by George Leonard. So I love this book. Leonard hits the nail on the head. It is very straightforward. It is easy to read. Hammers the fact that we need to practice for the sake of practicing, and that this process of learning is intrinsically enjoyable. It talks about the fine line between goal-oriented and goal-less practice. You can also find very cheap used copy as well. So this goes into tier excellent. Next, we have another OG, The Art of Learning by Josh Waitzkin. So in this book, we follow a single person's mastery journey. Josh Waitzkin, first in chess and then in Tai Chi. I find the author a little bit more self-absorbed, and in general, the lessons harder to extrapolate. But you will find people who live and die by this book. It's not bad, but to me, it will go in the okay category. Next, we've got Adam Gopnik with The Real Work. It's titled Real Work because that's the name that magicians give to their practice. And for magicians, there's just no shortcut, right? Mastery needs to look not only effortless, but invisible. So in this book, Adam tries to learn a few crafts, and it's written from the point of view of an apprentice. So I did enjoy this book. It is well written. It's got a lot of humanity, and it threads the line between general lessons and personal experience. So it is a good book. Next, we've got Mastery by Robert Greene, and it's mini-me, the concise edition. Robert Greene is well known for a series of books, like you have the 48 Laws of Power and the Laws of War and the Laws of Seduction. I will not rate this book because I have not read it, but I have read the 48 Laws of Power in its entirety. Robert Greene has a very specific style. He goes into kind of real depth on individual stories, and there are a lot of them. So for example, in the 48 Laws of Power, when I think about the book years after reading it, there's still like a few striking examples that come back to mind, even though a lot of the book has washed away. I think that's quite positive because of the things that still have stuck with me. So there are a lot of stories, and some are very salient, and they will, speak to you. Mastery seems to be cut from the same cloth and the same style of research. I'd say go to your local bookstore and go through it and see if that style of writing is for you. Okay, I think it's likely a good book, but I've not read it. Next, we've got Roger Kneebone, Expert. Roger is a surgeon and a professor of surgery, and he talks about the mastery process, drawing from multiple disciplines, and he blends in his own experience about surgery. So I really like the blend of personal and research-based pattern. It is a warm and engaging read, and this book is excellent. Expert by Roger Kneebone. Next is Scott Young, Get Better at Anything. This is more a collection of techniques, but it's not badly written. I usually dislike when people try to chuck everything they know into one nonfiction book, but this one is quite well done. It's less inspirational and more practical, so we'll place it as a good book, and possibly that's what you need. Again, I think it's one of these books. I suggest you have a look inside it before buying. Next is Daily Ritual by Mason Carey. That's an interesting one. We're almost veering into productivity territory. I do want to mention it in this list. So it's basically you have 1 or 2 pages focused on the work habit of a specific artist or writer or scientist, and then it moves on to someone else. So I think it's really fascinating to see their work habits and quite inspiring. So I think it's a good book, especially if you're yourself in the middle of things and you need a little bit of je ne sais quoi. And so that might be the book for you. It's also really fun to read 4, 5, 6 pages and piecemeal. Okay, next we've got Micromastery by Robert Trigger. Okay, so this is just a little bit different. This teaches you what the author calls these micromasteries. So in this book, you've got first part explaining how to acquire a micromastery. That's like a really good part of the book. And then the author directly teaches you 39 skills, and it goes from doing a brick wall to sharpening a knife to doing a tango step. The first part is very nicely written, and the micromasteries are fun. And maybe you will be reading 4, 5 or 6 that are interesting to you. It's also an interesting book to lend to people, like if they want to try out something. So I will place it as, the good category. So what is important about this tier list is that these books are all slightly different. They will appeal to slightly different people according to where you are on your mastery journey. So whether you're a master already that want to polish your craft, or a student looking out for techniques, you will go for different of these books. So check them out in greater detail. And also check out my productivity book, TIERLIST.